She Learns is a joint project between the Athena Network and the AIDS and Rights Alliance for Southern Africa. It was implemented over 2 years in 5 countries, including Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Tanzania. It sought to address and challenge systematic sexual and reproductive health and rights violations, especially against women in their diversity, including the lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and queer persons, young women living with HIV, and young women with disabilities. Fueled by barriers embedded in laws, policies, the economy, and in social norms and values, especially gender inequality, which persists across Southern and East Africa.
As Athena, we are always committed to the cause because our mission speaks towards advancing the recognition of young women's leadership. I am sorry, it is that balanced, but it's very inclusive as a fundamental component in all the responses that we work on. That is HIV, SRHR, and gender equalities.
When I was putting together what to say to you guys, I wanted to talk about closing out. But now it seems it's something else.
Yes.
So for me, this is the project celebration following the 2 years that we have had together.
There is no straight line to advocacy, right? Sometimes you have an objective, you want to influence policy, but you have so many meandering ways in which our landscape operates. Sometimes you change government, sometimes you have anti-rights, anti-choice groups. Sometimes you don't have the right moment to engage. And so we're here to reflect, to pause, and also to learn from each other. I think it's one of the first times you're coming as cross-country, except the initial inception meeting. So also it's a great platform for us to engage across country and see whether all of these successes are uniform. Maybe some of the aspects are stronger in other countries as opposed to others.
The project aimed at empowering and equipping 250 adolescent girls and young women and gender diverse persons with feminist research skills and advocacy. It created platforms that allowed for cross-learning between the different young people in their different countries. The young persons involved in the She Learns project led successful dialogues with key and influential partners such as the media and policymakers in their respective countries. They demanded accountability to the implementation of SRHR programs and the protection of such fundamental rights for diverse young people. They engaged various regional and international platforms and influenced the development of research tools on feminist SRHR for the benefit of many young women on the project and beyond. The young feminists supported big movements, including the total shutdown against gender-based violence and femicide in Kenya at the beginning of the year.
I would like to say this movement has empowered women. It's given them a platform to be heard, to be affirmed, to share their concerns, and to have a support system of like-minded women. It has served as a tool to educate women, raise awareness on issues that affect women every day in Africa. One that is very dear to my heart, which is one of them being very dear to my heart, which is sexual and reproductive health rights.
From the conversation from Zambia, Zimbabwe, and TZ as a movement, what are we doing? That's the conversation, and we are doing a lot of work. But we cannot achieve fully if we don't include the gender diverse people, like the LGBTQI, the intersex, and the trans.
So we also discovered that it is illegal for queer people to adopt in Kenya. So as long as we talk about contraceptives, that means we are including children. So if queer people are not allowed to abort, so how are they going to express their feelings? So it's a gap in Kenya.
In Namibia, it's a taboo for young people and girls to discuss about sexual-related health topics. This makes decisions harder for the young girls because it's a taboo for them to speak out about it.
February marked the pause of this phenomenal 2-year project as the funding cycle had ended. A lot still needs to be done to properly harvest the gains from this project, which is why both organizations are working tirelessly to fundraise for the next phase.
What we started, or what we have been doing for the past 2 years, is a pilot project and we need to grow from it. And also shared experiences, learned experiences, and just the information that we have acquired, we can build on that and create sustaining projects in our countries. And She Learns is not ending, but it's just solo breaks.
In as much as we're facing challenges, we also have so many wins. They might be small wins, but those wins count, and those wins mean a step forward, like a step in the right direction, and we're helping ourselves grow, we're helping others grow.
So we are here to come to an end and to a close of a 2-year program. But for me, as an academic, as a woman full of wisdom, I normally don't want to dwell so much with the beginning, but for me the end is more important. Why is that? Because when I get to the end, the intention in my mind is to say to myself, what is it that I achieved? If this is an end and I look back, what change did I make? So as we get to the end of this program, which is the beginning of the rest, I want us to come up with 3 major objectives out of this meeting. Where do we go from here? Our minds are not ending. Our collaboration is not ending. Our interaction is not ending. Our conviction is not ending.